Hey there, tech fans. Today I have the Orei USB3-EX2C330R-K USB extension kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to share a USB connection from one location with a second remote location up to 330 feet away over a single Cat 6 or Cat 7 LAN cable. The transmitter module provides two USB-C ports for connecting two computers at the same time that you can easily switch between by tapping the button on the front. It also includes two full-size USB-A ports for connecting other peripherals at that primary location, like a microphone or a camera, that are immediately seen by the connected computer. The receiver module provides two USB-C ports and two full-sized USB-A ports for connecting additional peripherals at that remote location, like a keyboard or a mouse or another camera or a microphone or even an external hard drive, which again are immediately seen by the selected computer. And the best part is the entire solution utilizes the latest in power over Ethernet technology, which means a single power supply plugged in at the primary or secondary location is all you'll need to operate the entire solution, because the power required for the other module is sent across that LAN connection. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing first, just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and receiver modules, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand exactly how to use the solution. And then I'll come back one more time and point out some of the special features that this product provides that you can use to compare it to other products you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module. A single 24-volt, 3.75 amp DC power supply is included, with a cable you can use to plug it into the wall. So you'll plug this into a 3-prong outlet. The other end of the cable has a connection like on your computer that plugs directly into the power supply. And the other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar that you can plug into the receiver module or the transmitter module and power the entire solution. You'll also find a set of brackets you can use to mount these modules up off the ground and out of the way, and a set of connectors for utilizing the RS-232 communication channel that's also available over that LAN connection. And finally, a full instruction manual is also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the solution that you'll want to understand in order to use it correctly. So always read through that manual. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both modules, and then I'll come back and point out some of those special features. Inside the kit, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module, and both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them incredibly durable and a great choice for both residential or commercial installations. Let's start with the transmitter module first. On either side of the cabinet, you'll find ventilation slots that are really designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape to keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. You'll also find mounting holes on both sides that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED, letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that is a link indicator. When you power up both modules and you connect the Cat 6 or Cat 7 cable between them, that connection is checked, and once it's been verified, the link indicator will come on solid, indicating a good connection. To the right of that is a USB indicator. When you plug peripherals into the transmitter or receiver module, this indicator will come on, letting you know that it can see that peripheral. To the right of that are two LEDs labeled Host 1 and Host 2. These indicate which of the two hosts is currently connected to the transmitter, and you can change that by tapping that button. On the right-hand side, you'll find a service port. That's a USB-C port that's used for updating firmware on the module if needed later on. And to do that, you'll connect this to a computer using a USB-C cable and move the firmware file over to the module to complete that upgrade. On the rear of the units are a series of connections. Starting on the left, you'll find a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can plug that power supply into a standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there and provides all the power you'll need for this module and the other module because of the power over Ethernet technology. And the nice thing is, you can plug that power supply in here or at the receiver end, and both modules will be powered up. To the right of that is a LAN port, and that's where one end of the Cat 6 or Cat 7 cable plugs in between the transmitter and the receiver. And then you'll find two full-sized USB-C ports right here. These connect to your two hosts using a USB-C to USB-C cable. To the right of that are two more full-sized USB-A ports that can be used for local peripherals. This one provides 1.5 amps of current, and this one provides 1 amp of current. And these can be used with microphones or cameras or even hard drives that are immediately seen by the connected computers. And finally, to the right of that is a block of RS-232 connections. This system can transfer RS-232 control signals between the two modules, and if you'd like to take advantage of that, you can use the included connectors to make a connection right there. The receiver module is very similar. Again, metal enclosure, ventilation slots on both sides, mounting holes for the bracketing kit. On the front of the unit, another power indicator, another link indicator, and a USB indicator. Under normal operation, all three of these will be lit. Another service port for updating firmware on the receiver if needed. On the rear of the unit, on the left-hand side, another power port. And again, you can use this power port or the one in the transmitter, and the PoE will take care of sending power to the other module. To the right of that is another LAN port. This is where the other end of that Cat6 or Cat7 cable plugs in from the transmitter. Two more USB-C ports and two full-sized USB-A ports. All four of these can be used for external peripherals, again, like a microphone, a keyboard, a mouse, maybe a camera. And if you plug a keyboard and mouse in on this end, you can actually remotely control the computer connected at the other end. And finally, another RS-232 connection block right there that you can use for transferring those signals between the two modules. I hope you found this overview of the Orei USB3-EX2C330R-K helpful. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing this product to other products you may be considering. The first thing has to do with the extension distance. This product provides 330 feet of extension between your primary location and your secondary location, which provides a lot of flexibility on where you locate that secondary site. Another important difference is the fact that this kit provides full PoE capabilities, and that means you can use a single power supply plugged in at the primary or secondary site and provide power for both of the modules sent across that LAN connection. It also provides external power for both the transmitter and receiver for the peripherals that are plugged in. So if you plug in something like an external hard drive that requires power, you have two full-sized USB-A ports here and two more here that provide power to that external hard drive. Another important difference is the fact that this unit has dual connections on the transmitter side. Both of those are USB-C ports that allow you to connect two computers up and then easily switch between them by tapping the button on the front of the unit. And the best part is, all of the peripherals that you connect at the primary and secondary location are immediately seen by whatever computer you've selected on the front of the unit. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you could be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks for watching, and stay nerdy.